Effective this morning, we started our first operations to enforce the tinting laws that have been on the books of Belize. It's going to be across the board. Each and every person, unless you have your medical reason, which has to be okay by the minister, you will have to comply with the tinting laws or face the maximum penalties, which will be levied out by our municipal court.
Okay, now we've been hearing this since what, last June when it was implemented, July probably when it actually came into effect. But still we have vehicles, especially at night, I see them driving around with very dark tints.
We are aware of the situation, and that's why we taking it full force now to make sure those vehicles are in compliance now. The laws are there. People have to obey the laws, and we are going to be enforcing it rigorously. A lot of persons, under my watch at Traffic Department now, we will be taking up the compliance issue to a next level. We're also looking into safety issues, painting of crosswalks, painting of the 30 feet line, looking at speeding issues. I'm currently having some of my officers looking at the situation on St. Thomas Street. I want to put in some of the pedestrian ramps for the safety of children and also do some of the painting. But the issue of the tinting is there. People have been complaining. One complaint that keeps on coming up relates to even one of our councillor, and he's going to have to basically comply with those laws. He's my colleague, but he's a bearer of the city council, and he needs to be able to put a good foot forward to show that, yes, it is here. We also be doing likewise too, because we're not above the law.
But the ministers were made to comply last year. How come you have a city councillor who is not?
That's a very hard question for myself. I think he has personal reasons. Unless he doesn't have the medical excuse for it, then he's going to have to comply with the tinting laws.
When really is the deadline? Because we keep hearing people will have to comply. By what date?
Well, the instructions have been told to my officers then to start today. And those persons who are not in compliance will be taken to the magistrate court and dealt with because we have already gone through exercise whereby persons were issued warning citations likewise too. And once they're found that these persons are still not in compliance, automatic summons.
Okay, what about nighttime? I see a lot of vehicles with tints driving around, motors driving around with dark tints at night. Do you have the human resources to deal with the nighttime issue?
Yes, I do. Pretty much I have like 30 officers that we will be assigning to deal with that issue. And we're going to be in some of the back areas. Because persons realize that once we're on the front pages, then they're go into the back areas and they commit these offenses. So we're going to be taking it to them now likewise too, because we want them to comply.